Porsche Design Tower aims to be bulletproof like Fort Knox. First, you have to pass through 3 identifying lasers just to get into this room, the in-out room, or as it's also known, the turntable. That's because now it's time to rock and roll. You turn off your car, turn off the engine, and now you just sit back and relax and do absolutely nothing. From here, it's all done by the car elevator itself. There's a dolly right over there after the car rotates that is going to then shoot out, roll under the car, hook it, pull it back into the elevator, and away you go. Now in time lapse, this is what it looks like. The car elevator, trademarked the Deservator after developer Gil Deser, is then pre-programmed to your private garage where in about 2 to 3 minutes, you and your ride are home. And that home is a multi-million-dollar sky pad. Right on the ocean, high-end appliances, your own private pool on your own private balcony, and your car visible next to the living room through fireproof glass. So yes, car lovers, you finally get to sleep with your car. Each floor has just 3 units built around this revolutionary car elevator shaft. And since most of the units are second and third homes, there likely will never be a wait. 132 units, just 6 left, including this 4-story, $32 million penthouse with 20-foot tall windows and ceilings and a spectacular 60th floor terrace. This car elevator itself, the Deservator, is totally American made, built and tested in Chicago. Porsche designed the building's interiors. And for the celebrity or billionaire who doesn't want to talk or see anyone, this building's perfect. You can drive in off of A1A right into the car elevator, escorted right to your views of the ocean as you can see, and you'll never have anybody even know you pulled into your home.
And this preacher pad may be the biggest of all the parsonages in America. The mansion behind me is where Pastor Jesse Duplantis lives. It's located outside New Orleans, and he has said it cost about $20 million to build. And he often brags about all the valuable artwork inside. But records from last year show neither Duplantis nor his church paid a single cent in taxes on this property.
I have the biggest house of any preacher in America. I'm saying that on television. You don't think they're going to nail me next week when I get home?
Duplantis didn't return our calls or emails, so we caught up with him in this Georgia church parking lot.
We wanted to ask you if you're paying property taxes on your mansion in Louisiana.
To me, those houses look more like a fortress than an open door.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Long for Truth. My name is Daniel Long, and sitting next to me is my lovely wife, Robin.
Hi, everyone.
So, should a pastor live above the means of most people in his congregation? Well, we see a lot of that going on in many churches across the world and in the United States. And Robin, we've been talking about megachurches over the past several weeks, and we're going to continue talking about that today. But this time, we're going to be focused on the lifestyle of the pastors.
Absolutely. So, like Danny mentioned, if you've seen any of our recent videos, we have talked about what the pastors are wearing and what they're preaching and using movies as their themes. We've covered a lot of bases, using crazy gimmicks up on the podium, up on the pulpit. And so today we wanted to switch gears, cover another topic, and that is these filthy, and I use that term literally, filthy rich pastors who pastor these ginormous congregations. And what kind of example are they setting? And is it a biblical example?
Yeah. And in our research, we came to find out that some of the pastors of some of the largest churches in the world are making not just millions, but even up to $1 billion off of their congregations. It's insane.
Absolutely. And the number one filthiest, richest pastor in the universe would be Adir Macedo from Brazil. Now, when we studied this, we actually found out like 3 or 4 of the top 10 richest pastors in the world are from Brazil.
Yeah.
And Brazil has a very large Pentecostal presence. And these people are coming from Catholicism, going into Pentecostalism because of the excitement and because of the hope of becoming like their pastor, who happens to be very rich. So let's talk a little bit about Adir Macedo. He was raised Catholic and converted to Pentecostalism. In 1975, he started a church called the Universal Church of the Kingdom of God. It currently has temples around the world, and I think it has 6,000 temples in Brazil alone with 12,000 pastors. It is located in how many countries? I have
like 100 countries.
150 countries. There are 372 of his churches in the United States.
It's insane. It's absolutely insane. And what these guys do, folks, in case you don't know, I mean, there's lots of ways they make money. There are a ton of ways that they make money. But one of the big ways that they do it is plant these churches all over the world and even in the United States, and they require the pastors of those churches to tithe to them, give a portion of their tithes to them, and they make buku bucks off stuff like this.
And by buku, we mean Macedo is worth $1.8 billion with a B. It's disgusting.
It really is.
So if you were to go online and you were living in New York City, you could type in the Universal Church of the Kingdom of God and find like 35 locations in New York City alone. And imagine each and every one of those locations, like Danny says, it acts like a franchise or a chapter, is sending money back to Macedo.
You did a comparison. And I don't know if we've got a slide for this. If we do, I'll put it up. But you did a comparison of some of these past, maybe it was Macedo, and how they're compared to a mafia